What is Aso Rock hiding in America, in Washington, D.C.? Eh? Tinubu U.S. court wahala continues. Tinubu say has problem in U.S. court. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, has asked a U.S. court today, for permission to submit a confidential declaration explaining why it is withholding some records relating to allegations linking Bola Tinubu to a drug trafficking investigation. Von Batten confirmed today that U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell has granted the FBI permission which they asked for to submit sensitive declarations ex parte and in camera, that's in secret, meaning confidential review directly in the chambers, not in public. We were waiting for it to be public. It's now going to be in chambers. The main FBI claim from reports is that disclosure, that if stuff is disclosed, it could reasonably be expected to endanger the life or physical safety of any individual. That's what the FBI said today. Let me quote Van Batten's tweet here in response. These are his precise words, don't mind. Quote, "We can only surmise from this that Nigerian President Bola Tinubu at official ABAT is telling the FBI that his life would be in danger." Think about this. If these files are released, unquote, 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 my soldiers. These are the precise words from Van Batten's tweet today. What? Is this how Van Batten thinks? That is his interpretation? Obviously, it's Van Batten's interpretation, not the FBI's. Let me give you my views here on this Van Batten interpretation. My own personal views, how I think. Tinubu's life right now, in my view, is totally not in danger. They should have released that thing. As president, he's guarded by Nigerian army, hundreds of thousands of troops, and security forces who oppress everyone in that country, who know how to protect Nigerian big men. That's their specialty, protect Nigerian big men. He is, in my opinion, one of the safest guys, not just in Nigeria or Africa, but in the world. What a possible excuse. Secondly, who exactly is the FBI protecting? Maybe we need to know more. An informant? A witness to that case? Somebody who talked like a bird, a so-called snitch, maybe a so-called rat. Because in America, where witnesses and informants are genuinely in danger, like what we are hearing now, the federal government knows how to protect them. You remember, America is not, it doesn't have illegalities like you have Tinubu runs in Nigeria. Sometimes they will even relocate you to Arizona to hide you. To hide you. But who is the FBI talking about here in this Tinubu Wahala case? We don't know. Maybe we get an answer sometime after next week. I don't know. But we will be watching. As you can see, we'll be watching like a hawk. Like a hawk. Look like Tinubu, Nigeria don't enter one chance. Amazing, Nigeria don't enter one chance. The FBI has indicated that it will give this confidential material. It will give it. The material is there. But to the judge. By August 28th. But listen carefully. That does not mean you and I will see those documents on August 28th. Let's not lift our hopes so high. The judge sees them privately. The judge will have those who see them first. Oh, God, Tinubu. This is from me to you. I personally feel that this road is getting narrower and narrower and narrower. Okay, oh, God, Tinubu. This is the Ofion Okwa Show, ladies and gentlemen, my soldiers of truth. This matter, it's not going anywhere. It is speculating and has refused to die. Let me be precise. The judge, Judge Howell, did not dismiss the suit. He did not. Nor did she throw out Freedom of Information Act request. The FBI is basically saying that's their job. Judge, we cannot explain everything publicly. Oh, this matter where we see with that twice, because doing so could expose sensitive information. They've seen a lot, obviously. And the judge has now reportedly agreed to examine that explanation privately. Bam! All of those, what is in that document, the judge will examine it privately. Bam! Maybe it's just me, oh. This back and forth becoming something is becoming something else. I don't think. Let us get the thing done now. Reveal the thing, Issue 1. Why the push for a secret court review? People were asking. This ruling brings us directly to the core questions every Nigerian should be asking. Why claim safety risk now? As detailed by the Nigerian lawyer, the newspaper, the FBI invoked Freedom of Information Act exemption, claiming public disclosure could threaten physical safety. That's a premier Nigerian lawyer newspaper. The FBI says American Freedom of Information law allows the FBI to keep some information secret if releasing it could put someone else's life or physical safety in danger. Me? Let me give you my opinion. Who specifically could face danger here? If some of these 30-year-old Chicago investigative record in the 90s, 30-year-old when Tinubu lived here in the US, if it becomes public, who? I asked Tinubu this, why not just clear the air publicly? For years, critics, because of this issue, have labeled Tinubu a capo regime like in the mafia, without full access. Those people don't have full access to the primary files. While Tinubu's team is totally innocent. People have, without explicit evidence, called Tinubu a drug kingpin. Without evidence, but they have called him that. They've called him a drug kingpin, a capo di tutti capi. Now, let me be fair. This latest request for a private review came from the FBI, not from Tinubu's lawyers. But Tinubu's lawyers did previously, which was in the last podcast I did for you, joined the request for more time. They wanted to drag it. And that raises my own question. Mr. President, why spend all this money? You know how much it costs to pay lawyers in America to enter this fight and support more delay when Nigerians have been waiting years? This is the Ofion Okwa show. More delay. You want to delay so that the election will come up. You see the trick. You have a trick. Issue too. The human cost at home. You know, as I was preparing this podcast has taken me 2 days to prepare. As I was preparing it, another Washington development landed on my thing, on my laptop. At least today, at least 24 people have reportedly been killed in the latest attack in Mangu, Plateau State. And Congressman Riley Moore, that Trump has asked to deal with Nigerian issue, has responded. Congressman Riley Moore. He says the United States should not in the capital letters, remove Nigeria from its country of particular concern list while Christians continue to be killed across the Middle Belt. I hope you know that's the $9 million they came to give to lobbyists here to help them. Think about this, my soldiers. On one side of Washington, we are talking about President Tinubu's lawyers and FBI records. Who want to be FBI records? On another side of Washington, D.C., an American congressman is asking why Tinubu's government still cannot protect Nigerians from being killed in their homes. Look at what happened. As I'm broadcasting. 2 different issues. Same Washington, same Nigerian President Bola Tinubu. Is the recurring decimal here. And in my view, this is a growing problem for us to rock. Let me just conclude here. Transparency over secrecy. The Nigerian public does not need secret declarations or behind-the-scene lobbying. No. Nigerians, they're going to election. Nigerians deserve full institutional accountability. We want to hear everything. If those files contain the names of informants whose lives could genuinely be in danger, protect them. America has a law. America has laws which they try to observe. Nigeria doesn't protect anybody. Black out their names, fine. But Nigerians deserve to see everything else that can legally and be safely released. That's what we're asking for. Let us see everything else now. They have heard all the unconfirmed, Nigerians have heard all the unconfirmed on several rumors concerning Tinubu's role in this case. Is Tinubu not tired of hearing them call him a capo and all that? Tinubu should publicly do it, and he can announce it tomorrow. The maximum lawful release of these records. Let Nigerians see everything. Let Nigerians see everything American law allows them to see. Tinubu. And my own opinion, if this controversy continues damaging Nigeria, that is what bothers me the most. And distracting the presidency. Tinubu should consider vacating the presidency. Go back to Lagos. Rather than allow Nigeria to carry this burden It is now Nigeria. Everything bad is Nigeria. Because of people like Tinubu. Enough is enough. This matter, ladies and gentlemen, can develop Kelego. I'm sure Tinubu, as they have made all their calculations, it can develop Kelego for Tinubu and go in an unpredictable direction nobody thought of. That's why I asked Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for the sake of 230 million Nigerians, to consider quitting. You have enjoyed political office enough. Think about quitting. Enough is enough, eh? My soldiers. 3 things must not be confused here. What the FBI actually said, what Van Batten thinks the FBI statement means, and what I, Ofiong Akwa, think about all of it. That has been stated here. So it's now up to you, my soldiers. What do you think about today's ruling?